It's that time of the year where third-year medical residents begin to carve their path on what happens next in their life and their career in the field of medicine. For some, it's getting into the fellowship of their dreams. To others, it's about signing their first big contract. If you've been following my social media platforms, you know that I've been handling some projects for my alma mater, AUA, and also I've been spending some quality time with family and friends. I'm really appreciating golden weekends in my final year of residency. To the new subscribers, thank you for joining this platform. Here, we talk on faith, principles, and medicine. And if you're new here, my name is Dr. Frederick Acquah. Currently, I'm a third-year internal medicine chief resident in New Jersey. In today's video, I'll be covering a crucial timeline in the life of a third-year medical resident, and also I'll be sharing a principle on value. Ready? Let's go. Welcome back. So internal medicine, like other specialties in medicine, have subspecialties that people pursue. You know what? Let me just take you back. So after high school, people get into college for 4 years and then go into medical school for another 4 years. And after medical school, people apply for and get into residency of their choosing. Residency can last between 3 years and more. For specialties like family medicine, internal medicine, which I'm part of, it's only 3 years. So after 3 years of residency, people then go on to pursue fellowship if they choose. For some international graduates, there are some programs where there's a combined degree where you do your college and your medical education in 6 years instead of 8 years. Meaning instead of doing 4 years of college and 4 years of medical school, rather they do both a college degree and a medical degree combined for 6 years. I think there was a video that I did with Dr. Hasford, my colleague of whom I went to high school with in Ghana. And I think there's a program like that in Ghana. Even some medical schools in the United States are graduating their medical students after 3 years of education. So here they're trying to tackle the problem we're having with physician shortage. I know, you're thinking physician shortage in the United States? Yeah, there is a need for doctors. That's why we keep on promoting the field of medicine to the young ones and those eager to join this field. And to the medical schools who graduate their students after 3 years, they're supposed to join affiliated hospitals of that medical school and complete their residency within the timeline that you're expected to. So if you know a young person who is interested in the field of medicine, well, what I can tell you is to keep encouraging that person to pursue this field. To the pre-med guys watching me, never give up. Keep working at it. You'll get there one day. Anyways, after successful completion of residency, I'll just stick with the field of internal medicine. There are some subspecialties that people pursue and they become fellows. So let me break it down. So when you're in residency, you're considered a resident. After internal medicine, after 3 years, when you graduate, you become an attendant if you do not go into fellowship. If you graduate and you go into fellowship, you're considered a fellow. Let's switch screens right now. All right, so this is the ACP site, the American College of Physicians. This is the website that you can get more information on. So here, this is on the subspecialties of internal medicine. As you can see, these are the subspecialties that we have, from cardiovascular disease, endocrinology, diabetes and metabolism, hematology, oncology, nephrology, and also the American Board of Internal Medicine, in conjunction with other specialties, can give their candidates board certification in critical care medicine, adolescent medicine, sleep medicine, and others. So example, if I should take cardiovascular disease, let's say we click on it. So cardiovascular disease, people that go into fellowship will be able to handle diseases like coronary artery disease, pericardial disease, and endocarditis, and others. When it comes to the training, after 3 years of internal medicine residency, you're required to be trained for another 3 years. So then a cardiologist will go to college 4 years, go to medical school 4 years, get into internal medicine residency, get trained for 3 years, and then they go into cardiology fellowship for another 3 years. Now, those that want to subspecialize in this subspecialty will have to, let's say someone wants to become an interventional cardiologist. So here they need an additional 1 year of training to become an interventional cardiologist. So let's go back here. So another example, let's say nephrology, someone who wants to be the kidney doctor, they require an additional 2 years following completion of their 3 years of internal medicine. So this website gives us more information on the subspecialties. So those going into fellowship, these are the subspecialties, and you can get more information on the website. Yeah, so that was the ACP website and where you can gather information. Now, those that apply to fellowship, usually they get the results by the end of the year, which is December. Now, those that get into fellowship, they'll start their fellowship training July 1st of the following year. So let's say December 2022, if they get into fellowship, they'll start their fellowship July 1st, 2023. So those that don't get into fellowship now have to secure a job. They need to work or do research, whatever they choose to do, so they can, pay off their loans, put food on the table and all that. If they don't apply for a job, that means they'll be out of work for a whole year and they will have to apply for fellowship. Same as residency. If you don't get into residency, you have to wait for a whole year before you reapply. Now, the tough part here is there are not enough fellowship spots, okay? We're complaining about not having enough residency spots. So think about it. Fellowship, it's like a subspecialty, so it's really more challenging getting into fellowship than getting into residency. Now, those that do not go into fellowship now begin to search for positions in academic and non-academic institutions, or they may join a private practice. So those that don't mind traveling around usually seek locum tenens positions, and it's just like travel nursing. So some of the positions include being a hospitalist. So hospitalist is someone who just stays in the hospital, and if there's someone who is sick, they come to the emergency department and they're deemed to be admittable, we admit them to the hospital. So the hospitalist would be someone taking care of the patient while they're in the hospital until they get discharged. Now, when the patient get discharged, or you going to see your PCP on a yearly basis, or depending on your medical history, some people see their PCP every 6 months, every 3 months. There are positions in primary care. So that's your PCP. So there's hospitalist, there's primary care, and there's traditional medicine, where the doctor then does both. They see their patients outside, outpatient, and when patients get sick, they admit it to the hospital. That same doctor will come to the hospital, admit the patient, take care of the patient while they're here, and then they follow up with them outpatient. Also, there are urgent care positions and healthcare administration positions for people with internal medicine training. So I repeat, there is hospitalist, there is your primary care, your PCP. There are people who do both, the traditional medicine, both PCP and hospitalist, urgent care, and healthcare administration. So to the third-year medical residents watching me today, I would like to let you know that in the description box down below, I left 3 links to 3 websites where you can apply for attending positions if you're not going into fellowship next year. So I'd like to end today's video with the Myles Munroe quote, which is on value, that if you want to be successful in life, do not chase after success. Rather, seek to become a person of value. Many doctors get paid a lot because they've made themselves valuable. Think about it. Engineers, lawyers, you need them to accomplish something for you. You need them to solve a problem that you're having. Because they've made themselves valuable, because you're solving problems, they become successful because you have to pay to get their services. So what Myles Munroe is getting at in this quote is that when you're growing up, young men and women watching me, don't chase after success. Don't just follow something because you're going to get money from it. Just make yourself valuable. With that said, I want to ask you, how valuable do you think you are? What value do you bring to the table? The crazy thing I've learned about medicine is delayed gratification. You know, we go through all the stress, all this board exams, all these training, waking up very early, you know, trying to impress your attendants, doing well studying, you know, disappointing people when they invite you to programs, to weddings, to birthday parties, you know, all because at the end, there is a gratification you get. There is a crown that you get after standing your ground through these years of training. So in a future video, I'll be unfolding what I'll be pursuing, what I'll be doing with my life after residency. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Shalom.